Good morning, everyone. We are back with another Live with Blitsy, and per usual, we have some awesome items to show you and our very, very special guest that we have today.
I am so excited for today. Ken Oliver has been jet-setting around the world with all of his new products, and he took time to come here to be on Live with Blitsy and show you some of his brand new products.
Yeah.
So we're very excited for that. He'll be here in just a few minutes. We're going to be doing a giveaway with some of his products as well. So that's always added fun,
yeah.
right? So we have Emily over on the chat. She's the one that will give you all the details about the giveaway and how you can win. And I think she has a couple of other updates for you as well. So how's it going, Emily?
Hey guys, so it sounds like there are a lot of people tuning in this morning. Some are at a scrapping retreat, so there's a lot of people. We're projected up on a big screen, no pressure. It sounds like there are some people, we didn't get hit super hard here in the city with last night's blizzard, but we've got some people in Michigan that are snowed in. So what better way to spend your snow day than by hanging out with us and hanging out with Ken Oliver and checking out some of our latest products that are up for sale on the site. Couple updates on my end. Next Tuesday, March 1, starts National Craft Month, and we have a lot of fun stuff coming your way during the month of March, including our very first Instagram challenge. So for an Instagram challenge, you're going to get a prompt from us each day. They're already all listed out, so you can start preparing, and you're just going to share a new photo each day that goes along with that theme. And so you enter into the challenge, click on the hashtag on Instagram to see other people's crafty photos that they're sharing along with that theme, and we're going to have some great crafty prizes and Blitsy credits every single day throughout the month of March for participating in this challenge. So I'm going to link a blog post about it in the chat so that you can learn more.
Prizes every single day just by putting a picture on Instagram. That doesn't get much better than that.
No, you can win every day. That's awesome. Just by showing your creativity and all your crafty projects. So.
Exactly. And we're also going to be doing an extra long Live with Blitsy next Tuesday for National Craft Month, the kickoff. We're going to have the top 29 products in each category, so we'll be showing a bunch of those for you guys. So lots of fun ahead. But what's today? What do we have?
We are going to kick it off with the Deco Foil Adhesive Pen. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this actually launched at CHA this year. And if you're familiar with Deco Foil, they provide amazing metal, we call them sheets, foil sheets. And they have different adhesives that you can use to add to paper, even fabrics that you can launder. So this product line is amazing. So we were excited when we saw that they came out with the Deco Foil Adhesive Pen, because now it's pretty much, your options are, limitless. You can draw with this. You can use it with a stencil. I know they have their own line of stencils that you can use, but they work with any stencil. And if you have good handwriting, I do not, but if you do, you can actually create your own handwritten detail on cards, layouts, etc., and then add foil to it. So
add little foil details to your planner, to your cards, to your scrapbook pages, just to a letter to somebody, whatever you want to do. So we're going to show you how it actually works really quick.
So it comes in the pen form here, and it has this kind of nib fluid at the bottom of there, so we'll just give it a little pump here just to make sure we have enough. And I'm just going to do a couple simple little polka dots here, because who doesn't love polka dots, right? We're just going to do a couple little dots, and then we're going to take their their foil. And they have
a sheet. So many pretty colors.
This is how it comes in a little tube like this, and this is I think this is the rose gold. Yep, this is the rose gold. And then I'm just gonna cut my paper or my foil down here to go over my polka dots. Oops. And then I'm just gonna lay that on top of the adhesive, and you're just gonna give it kind of a light tap just so it sticks. And major point here, you want to make sure that the foil is actually facing up. If you do it the other way, it's not going to work. So you want the foil to be facing up. Then you're going to run it through your die cutting machine. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have my Totem Machine, which we'll be talking about later, that I'm going to use to run this through. So you're going to run it through as though it were a thin die. So that's the setting you're going to use. And then I'm just going to roll this over. Roll this over.
Want me to hold it?
Yes, if you could, thank you. I'm going to move my setting here just up one setting so it stays. All right. And then the pressure is what's going to actually press that foil into the adhesive to make it stick. So no heat required for this, which makes it easy. You could run it through your laminator if you have one, but if you don't, this works as well. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna grab this from my machine, and hopefully we'll see some magic with this. So it's
like static
I
flame.
know, right? It's really on there. Okay, so now that we've run it through, I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna peel that back, and you can see
Wherever the adhesive was, you now have foil.
and you can even see my little tester there where I got some foil on. So this is gonna change the way that you use your foil. And now that you have the adhesive pen, like I said, so many options you can use this pen on, and no heat required.
It's super cool, and we were
Yeah.
testing it earlier. What we discovered is what Megan kind of mentioned is make sure there's a lot of fluid coming out of
Yeah.
it so that you can actually see the wetness a little bit so that the foil will stick to it. Because we did it a couple of times and didn't have enough
Yep.
fluid, and we were like, well, this isn't working. Or it looked a little distressed
Yeah.
because it wasn't sticking all the way. But as long as you have all of the fluid down, you're going to get a really good impression.
And
So-
that the pressure from your machine obviously is going to help. And like I said, you can use a laminator if you have that, which I'm sure helps as well. That heat kind of helps kind of set it. But if you don't have the laminator and you do have your die cutting machine, that will work as well. And
We
like I
also
said,
have a laminator on sale in the Deco
Oh,
Foil
perfect.
event that's going on right now. So that's the one that they were demoing off of
Okay,
on CHA,
okay.
and you can use it for all the different foiling techniques, which is really cool
Yeah.
too.
And we just love that foiling just keeps being brought to the next level, next level, next level. So, I mean, who knows next year where foil is going to be? It just seems like people keep coming up with more and more ideas. So I'm excited about it.
Exactly. So let's check in with Emily, see if people have seen this yet, what their thoughts are, how's it going?
There are a lot of people that are like, I am adding this pen to my cart right now. Even before you started kind of showing it off, I think people have seen from CHA, they've seen this product in action in different videos. So now that they have a chance to grab it at Blitsy, I think they're definitely going to be adding it to their stash. Do you have to use a die cutting machine to apply the pressure? Is hand pressure enough? Like, would you recommend the die cutting machine?
I would highly recommend the die cutting machine. I did at first when I added it, or I used it with a stencil. I had a pretty decent amount of fluid that came out on my paper, and I kind of used the pressure of my hand, and it worked okay. But I think the die cutting machine is going to be your friend, or the laminator.
Kind of like seals it in.
Yeah,
there.
it just kind of presses it down and makes sure that every piece of that foil is going to adhere to your adhesive. Because otherwise, if you're kind of using your thumb or your hand, you might not get that even distributed pressure, so you might be disappointed in the results. So, die cut machine or a laminator would be your best bet.
Would it work on Lori from our creative team? She's on the chat. She sounds like she's got a lot of ideas running through her head now. She wants to know, would it work on acetate? And then also, could you put it like on the rubber, like the raised part of a rubber stamp, and then use it to stamp that impression?
Oh, honestly, I think yes, acetate. I think you could use it on. And then I never thought about it, but that I don't see why not. As long as you get it evenly distributed, because that would be my only concern is that one side gets too much adhesive, the other one doesn't get enough. Excuse me, and your impression isn't crisp. But I don't see why not, because
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I guess it depends on how intricate your stamp is, but I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work. And that's a really great idea.
We should test that on
We
Periscope
should.
today.
Yeah.
We'll test that on Periscope today, Laura.
Yeah.
So stay tuned
Great
on Periscope.
idea.
Any other questions on this?
I think we're good.
All right, cool.
Okay, so there are a ton of products in the Deco Foil line. There's the toner sheets, which we were debating on, should we show those today or should we show the pen? The toner sheets are amazing. Check out that video and grab the pen for sure. There's different colored foil. There's a laminator machine. So there's a ton
Do
of
we have
different
the
things.
foam adhesive ones too?
I think we do.
Yeah, so
and the parchment paper, it's
so many.
lots of stuff to choose from. But we link the pen right below to make it super easy for you to grab what we're
Grab it
talking
and
about.
go. That's right.
Okay, so we're gonna actually move on to what I've been looking forward to all week. Ken Oliver is here. He's got some really cool new products. Come on in, Ken. We'll let you go right in the middle here.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
We're so happy to have you here, and all your fun new stuff to demo for us. I can't wait to see it
I'm
all.
super excited to be here. I can't believe like this new range of Colorburst. They're so beautiful. They're called Warm Caribbean Brights, and I'm really excited that we have them on Blitsy now because they are beautiful.
I think they might be my favorite.
They're definitely
I'm
my
gonna grab
favorite.
them more because they're so amazing.
Because I tend to go towards like the brighter colors, and so when I saw these, I was like, Ken, you have outdone yourself here with the bright.
Let's do the overhead
Yeah.
shot real quick so you can see these colors. I'm gonna actually start pulling them out of this box so we can.
I don't know which one's my favorite though, because they're all so vibrant.
Well, I think
I
we're gonna
know.
get to see them in
I know.
action.
Ken's like, I will tell you which one is your favorite. I know which one. I will tell
I
you.
think the turquoise is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because it looks like water. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
I might like the turquoise and the chartreuse. I don't know.
Ooh,
They're
the
all,
chartreuse is nice.
they're all really pretty.
And there's
though.
tangerine.
Oh, see, I don't know. They're all
I
so
know.
pretty.
I have this so you can see them even better.
Oh yeah.
Because you can see them what they look like when you just spritz and sprinkle, and then you can see what it looks like whenever you wash them out. Look at that
Oh, yeah,
turquoise.
that is so pretty.
These colors are just great for this time of year, going into
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
spring and summer. They're fantastic.
They make me smile. Like
I know,
oh,
they're happy
Spring
colors.
is on its way, and this just makes me happy.
They're really sexy colors too. Look at that chartreuse.
That's so pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous. But like everything I think is on special, right? We have
Yes,
everything today.
yeah.
So we have like the brights. And those are your primary colors and your secondary colors.
Perfect.
They're fantastic. And then these
That's really
also
pretty too.
are there. Let's see.
The-
I don't know how much of this you can see, but
Earth tones?
Yeah, the warm earth tones. And these
Mm-hmm.
are also very sultry colors like yellow ochre and that Merlot.
Merlot. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to lick that. It looks so good.
Like I want to drink that.
Just drink it,
I
yeah.
can't drink it yet, but yes, I hear where you're coming from.
They're beautiful colors. So I'm like super happy that we're going to bring,
Yeah.
especially the new Caribbean Brights today because they're fantastic.
They are really awesome.
And then check out these. I think you've seen these before
Oh,
live.
Yes.
But these are the liquid metals.
I really hope the camera can pick
know.
up kind of the metallic sheen
If I
on those.
tilt it a little bit.
Yeah, I think.
But we'll
hopefully they
demo
can
with
see
it in a
that.
second.
Yeah, we're gonna do a demo, guys, so you'll see all of this in action and how it actually works. But this is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving this. At CHA, people were talking about it all
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the show, all over the floor. Like we just kept hearing about the liquid
The
metals,
liquid metals.
Well, I
So-
just got back from trade shows in Germany and in the UK. And our products are starting to show up like on retail shelves now. And people are putting out on Facebook and Instagram all their liquid metals
That's awesome.
projects. And the
Yeah.
art is just amazing. It's just
awesome.
beautiful.
Are they hashtagging liquid metals? Can
Yep,
you
they're
find it that way?
hashtagging liquid metals and Cantilever Crafts and Colorburst
Okay.
on Instagram.
Make sure you guys check
they're
out those
fantastic.
hashtags.
And if you've made something that you would like to share with me, please hashtag it on Instagram. Colorburst, hashtag liquid metals, hashtag Cantilever Crafts. Because I love to see those and I share those to my
Yeah.
Facebook pages all the time.
Perfect.
I know. I'm always, like you said, I love seeing what people come up with because obviously there's so many things you can do with these kind of powders and the creativity, so many options.
Oh, it's got lots of goodies.
In fact,
Gosh, look at all this.
I brought some art just to kind of show you all the different
Yeah.
kinds of things you can do. Like, are we on the overhead? Let me see.
We can be.
So check this out. This is a linen bag
Oh, cool.
that someone used Colorburst and modeling paste to stencil on it. Isn't that beautiful? That color is so intense.
It almost looks like tie-dye that
Yeah,
they
it
did there
does.
with the color burst.
So it's great for fabric, for art pieces. It's not
Right.
something you want to wear because it would, if you got, it would,
If you
it
get
would wash
wet,
away. Right.
it would like
wash
reactivate
away.
it. Yeah. It would
I
literally,
was trying not to say that.
It starts to rain.
don't bring it out in the rain.
Starts to rain. You might be a little colorful.
Ooh, I really like this.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. Well, that's kind of what we're going to do today, just a really
Yeah.
simple stencil piece.
So pretty.
And here's a piece from an artist who creates in the Netherlands. Her name is
Wow.
Connie de Lilly, and
Wow, look at
she
that.
sends me beautiful artwork every day. And she started using the liquid metals now, and whoa, you're going to be blown away because her art is so beautiful.
Wow.
That's very impressive.
And then here's one we made at CHA. So, and this has got some liquid metals
Oh
on it.
yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Hey, I made one at CHA too.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at you.
And I've got mine isn't as pretty, but I do
It
have
is.
some
It's
It
beautiful.
is.
It's all
Look at that.
shimmery. It's gorgeous.
So-
Here's another piece.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
with the new
Oh, that's
liquid
gorgeous.
metals.
Was this stenciled or hand like
It's a
drawn?
painting. It's a hand painting. And I'm teaching this.
Did you do this?
Yeah, I'm teaching this next week in workshops in Japan.
Wow.
So like it's
is
so
gorgeous,
versatile. You can
Ken.
paint with it. You can stencil with it. You can use it on fabric. I have some pieces here that are die cut pieces that you can use to color.
Look at that.
So like there's so many things. You can also mix it with your other mediums. Like if you want to mix it with acrylic medium or gel medium, there's a cool banner.
How cute is this? I was saying this earlier, like the little crepe paper there and the little banner. I'm like, how cute is that? It's like So vibrant and colorful.
Crepe
Love
paper is
it.
really fun to use,
Yes.
and so when you combine it with a banner kit and
Yeah.
Colorburst and die cuts, it's fantastic.
So pretty for a summer spring party.
Well, there are a lot of summer, spring events coming up, like Mother's Day and baby showers.
Absolutely.
And lots of patriotic holidays. So if you want, we'll go ahead and create something.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll
Let's
use
see
the
it in
new
action.
Colorburst. We're going to use some of our mixed media mats. These are on special today, too.
These are awesome.
In 12 by 12.
They're nice and
6x6.
sturdy.
This is really a really awesome
Yeah.
mat board. So
Yeah.
if you're used to using like like art boards that are made of wood, this is great, and it's really price sensitive because it's a lot cheaper than an art board. I think these are about $4.99 retail, or I'm not sure what they are today, but they're like, it's really a great price, and it's
Yeah.
mat board though, so it's high density mat board that's not going to warp whenever you get it wet, and it's covered with watercolor paper on the front of it. So you can paint on it, and you can collage on it, and you can use acrylic medium, you can stamp and emboss and all different kinds of cool things. So it's like really, really a cool.
So I think that the 12 by
Substrate.
12 artboard is on sale right now for $4.62.
That's a great price
Yeah.
for it. So we're gonna. Oops, I dropped my stencils.
Whoops. You
We're
need
gonna-
those stencils.
We're gonna do a little stenciling today.
Awesome.
And you've seen that one before, and we're gonna.
Oh,
We're gonna
just-
mix and
We're gonna
match.
mix and match them.
I like it.
So the thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stencil on top of here,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna spritz it with water, and then we're gonna blend in some liquid metals to give it like a really shimmery effect all over. I'm gonna grab my water.
let's just top it off with some metals.
Yeah, that's right. The cool thing about Colorburst is it's designed to work with water media and with Colorburst. So the liquid metals you can use on other mediums too if you want to use it with watercolor, because it's really kind of like a metallic watercolor.
Very cool.
And if you want to, sprinkle some of that around.
Sure. At,
We'll make it a combined thing.
At
Oh,
CHA, we
sprinkle.
did a video of the top trends that we were seeing, and metallics was one that we were seeing everywhere, with this kind of being the top of our list
Yeah.
of like, ooh, now you can add some.
I gotta use like the Ken Oliver touch there.
Just tap it. It's so easy to use.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
I don't want to like do like
Mess
too
up
much
your-
on there. Yeah. Like I
It's
need-
all good. You can't mess it
I
up.
feel like I can't see this one coming out, but I'm sure it is there.
Yeah, you only need a very little bit, we've learned.
It's highly,
'Cause-
highly concentrated.
This is so fun.
I'm even going to put some orchid in here. That'll be a nice contrast, some
Oh.
orchid in the corners.
All right, Ken. I don't know. You may need to top that off. It's hard for me to see from my angle if I've
will.
added enough. I don't want to ruin the group effort here if I didn't tap
You
enough.
can't ruin it. It's art. It's the way it's supposed
And honestly,
to be.
that's what I love about Colorburst is that when the colors blend together, there really is no rhyme or reason. Like it just looks beautiful no matter what you do. Like it's really beginner friendly.
It's kind of intuitive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have enough color here.
Okay.
And we're going to give it a nice spritz of water. Let's see, I'm missing one lid.
Yeah. Just hoarding your lid over.
You know, the cool thing about Colorburst is it's in this tiny little applicator bottle
Mm-hmm.
that has an applicator nozzle. And that lets you direct the pigment
Yep.
like really where you want it.
Gives you a lot more control.
It does. It gives you a lot of control. And because it's in a fine tip nozzle like that, our powder is triple screened so that it has to be really fine before it can go through, like before
We
it
know
can
how
go
fine
through.
it is.
It is fine. Okay, so now watch this. I'm just going to mist this lightly with water. And the color's going to explode all over.
That's
the
my favorite
board.
part of this whole process.
Me
Is when
too.
you like unveil it with the water. It's like boom in your face.
So we'll take that off. And we'll see that
Oh my
beautiful
God,
stencil
look at
design.
that.
But then we can take what's on there and we can also go back and print some of that into our piece.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we can
So
print those
clever.
on there. We'll print some of this because it's got a beautiful shade of green on it.
Look at that. The art just coming alive right
And
in
then
front
we'll
of our
take
eyes.
some of this and layer that. So, mixed media is all about layers.
Yeah.
So, like, this is a way
You're
to
right, you
layer
can't mess
color.
it up.
Yeah. It's kind of like whenever you feel like it's time to stop, then you stop. You just keep going until it's time.
So
until
this-
you feel it's time.
This is really fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's really make this pop. We're going to add some liquid metals. And I'm getting out the liquid metals now. Is everybody in the chat having fun?
Oh yeah.
Are they saying anything?
You know they're loving it. You came here, I think you were here on New Year's Eve, and you kind of showed these off the
Right.
first time, and they were so upset because they were like, but I want to have them now. And they couldn't, and now you can. You can totally add all of these amazing products to your cart. We've gotten a couple of questions. Do you, obviously, like it's a watercolor application, like you can use it on watercolor paper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is regular cardstock okay?
It is if you use a heavyweight cardstock that has a really like a dense tooth. Like if it's really heavy. If you use like kind of a lighter weight, it's not going to be as nice as if you have that heavy weight.
Awesome.
And watercolor paper's fine. Even like Yupo paper. A lot of people use it on canvas and Bristol board. There's a lot of different ways to use it.
It does seem to react really well with this mat board, though.
It does.
There's no curling or warping.
No.
It just stays nice and tight and
It's fantastic
flat.
for that. So I'm going to start putting on some liquid metals. The liquid metals are metallic and they're in a liquid form. So to use it, you just put a few drops in like that. And do you see how that like will add that metallic sheen?
Ooh,
and I'm
yeah.
using platinum now. It's my favorite because it's really...
Look at that. It just
And it
kind
can
of-
go with any color.
Yeah.
Right, it can go with any color, but it's really reflective. And I'm going to come back and put some metallic saffron on too.
Ooh.
We have two assortments of liquid metals. There's heavy metals, and those are your heavy metals like gold
Sure.
and iron oxide. And then the other assortment is called precious alloys, and they're very pastel.
Those are really pretty.
They're all designed to go with Colorburst, with the color palette of Colorburst. So now I've got this fabulous metallic sheen on here, and I'm just going to move it around a little bit and kind of marble it around with what we already have going.
Yeah.
And you can see, like, ooh, it's just going to add that
Yeah.
beautiful luster of
I
metallic
love what's happening
shimmer.
over here.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's marbled.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can just see almost like the little fine pieces of like metals in there.
Yeah, it's tiny little
Yeah.
fragments of metal
Yeah.
or
This
metallic
is definitely
luster.
getting that marbled look.
Yeah.
You
Isn't it
see
fantastic?
lots of different marbled projects on Pinterest.
Yes.
And it's very in right now.
So there's a lot of ways you can
And
use it.
that, how quick was that? How quick did
I
you
know.
just make that? And it looks like you've spent hours
It does, doesn't it?
layering stuff and like doing all sorts
So
of crazy.
cool.
That's
So
why I
yeah,
love
that's
these.
awesome. And I think, can we give this one away today to somebody on the
Yeah.
broadcast?
I
Is
love
that
it.
right?
Yep.
See, you know how we do it here. It's like, hey, let's give this away. Who's interested?
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's so fabulous. The when it dries, the metallic luster is going to shine even more. So it's like the liquid metals are amazing.
I'm
I love
a fan.
it.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. So much fun. I know at CHA they had a booth where they were doing this, and a couple of girls from our group kept going every single day because they couldn't stop. They're like, I want to do another one. It's at the end of the day, we all went to Ken Oliver's booth to do more color bursting.
We had a paint party
We
Yeah.
did.
because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
We did a painting party.
Well, and
so-
actually, you did a painting party for your niece using these.
Yeah, I
so-
think we talked about that
Yeah.
here before, but kids can do this too.
Yeah.
So it's really, really that easy that children can get involved with it as well. And we have our best ever craft mat below
Oh,
here,
yeah.
which is
Right.
our craft mat of choice because everything just wipes off super easy.
It's the perfect surface to use because it's non-skid and it's water resistant and waterproof, and cleanup it's really just like a spritz and just wipe across and it comes perfectly
With an
clean.
entire roll of paper towels.
Right.
The Ken Oliver.
Yes, exactly. And there's two sizes. This is the smaller one, and then there's a tabletop version, which we probably should have used today, but that's
Oh, I
okay.
can see that.
No,
That's
that's
fine,
all right.
that's
We do
fine.
it every day.
I've noticed that you just keep spraying water on it and wiping
Yeah.
it, and it eventually comes off.
It's so
no
non-stick.
worries.
People
Yeah.
ask me all the time, like at my workshops, to sign it with a Sharpie, and you can't even sign it with the Sharpie because the Sharpie like wipes right off. It's that non-stick.
yeah.
Like nothing sticks to it.
Well, maybe we can sign the back of this one and send it to somebody here.
That's cool.
So,
Yay,
very cool.
Yes.
so let's check in back with Emily. Who wants to win this?
Yeah.
I think everyone that's the answer. Everyone wants to win this. There's a couple more questions. First, people noticed that you didn't have any adhesive on those stencils. They were just lying on the mat. How does the color like not go, like how does it stay, and when you spray the water on it doesn't like get in where the stencil's covering?
That's a really good question. And the simple answer is use a misting bottle with an with an adjustable nozzle. And when you do that, you can actually make a really fine mist. And the trick is to mist just enough water to activate the color, but not too much water to make
Push it
puddles.
off.
Right. So you really want to just lay a very fine mist of water down to activate the color, and then stop applying water. So use a nozzle that's adjustable so you can get that really fine mist.
I see another Ken Oliver
I know.
product coming in the near future.
I'm already working on it because I
Are
want to
you?
have the finest
Yeah.
nozzle that's available, so you can almost like atomize the water, so that it's just like a fine mist.
Stay tuned, people.
Yes.
And then as far as application goes, so for the regular Colorburst, the powders, you recommend you tap them out, but for the liquid metals, you do need to squeeze the bottle a little.
That's key because this is a solution of metallic and a carrier. So you do need to add it drop by drop, and the key thing is to shake this up a lot while you're using it because the metals tend to settle in the solution.
Good to know.
Yeah, so shake it up and then just drop by drop add it in.
Very cool. Well, we have linked everything again below to make it really easy for you guys. And at the end of this broadcast, we're going to be putting a little prize pack together to give away. And then are we going to do, Emily, is this going to be part of the prize pack or is it 2 prizes? How are we going to do
I
that?
think that can be part of the prize pack today.
Okay, so
Cool.
someone will win Ken's great artwork here,
Yeah.
plus some of these amazing products today. So make sure you stick around to the end.
Sorry, I can't stop.
It's addicting.
Hold on.
I can vouch.
Well, look how
more
cool that
brushes.
looks.
It does
does
look
look
really
really
I'm
cool.
so into it.
So then you can also dry this with a heat gun if
Right,
you want,
right.
or you can just let it sit.
Air dry. Either way.
Impatient me, I'm like, dry.
You're like, I'm sorry, where's my heat gun? Let's get this done so we can hang it.
Very cool. Thank you so
Yay.
much.
Thank you guys for having
sharing
me.
with
Like,
us.
I'm
This is
happy to be here.
We
so
love having
fun.
you.
We're also going to go live on Facebook after this if anyone is on our Facebook page. So we're going to do another demo. So
Cool.
we'll see you guys
All
there.
right, we'll see you
Thanks,
guys.
Ken.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ken. Okay, all right.
I'll get my things out of the way.
Yeah, no problem. I kind of threw a mat down there.
I think
too,
we're
if there's
fine. I think
anything
I
you
just need
to-
this space. I think we're good.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know how you follow up the Colorburst, but I'm going to try with the Todo Machine. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this machine or not, but they say it can pretty much do everything. So this machine can die cut, it can emboss, it can hot foil, and it can letterpress. So it's pretty much a paper crafter's dream because it does all of those things with one machine. So I'm gonna scoot this guy to the center here so hopefully you guys can see it.
We were trying to decide how to pronounce this, if it's Todo or to do, because the description said if you want to do anything,
do.
you can use this machine. So I'm like, it's to do, but then we learned it's Todo.
Toto,
like the dog.
Like the dog, like Toto, right? All right, so obviously you can see that this machine is a little bit bigger than your traditional die cutting machines, which allows you to kind of, have work with more surface space here and do larger projects. So I'm gonna start with, here's my little bag of tricks here. Actually, I'll show you what you get first. So it comes with the machine, obviously. It has this kind of fold away when you're not using kind of this fold away handle, so it can kind of move out of the way so it's not sticking out. It also comes with this hot plate, and this is what you're going to use when you heat up your machine to do your hot foiling. So when you have your die on there, you're going to use your little wand here. It's magnetic. It'll grab your hot die. You can take it off and use a silicone mat to grab it. So you're not touching it. So if you're doing multiple foiling projects, you can take it off, place it in here, and you're good to go. So it comes with that. It also comes with, I don't have them all here, but it comes with four plates. I'm like, help me with my words, Katie. 4 plates. So you get 2 of the larger ones. You get a flexible one, which is what you use for your embossing, and then a smaller one. So it has 4 plates. And I'm gonna grab this guy. It also comes with the manual, which is really important because it's gonna tell you how to actually layer your plates along with the settings, because it has a dial here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but a dial from 0 to 12. So there's 12 different settings that you're gonna choose from depending on the project. So what I love is that it just gives you this kind of cheat sheet here. And it's like, what are you doing? Okay, I'm using an embossing folder. This is the plate you need. You're gonna set it between 5 and 8. And this is where you kind of have to play with it to get the, because obviously embossing folders and dies can be different depending on, what country you're in, whatever. So it kind of gives you a range to try, but this is gonna be kind of your Bible when using this machine as far as what plates you use, how you arrange them, and the settings you set. So we're gonna start with the die. So this is actually one.
So you can cut, emboss, foil,
and letterpress.
and letterpress.
So this is just a regular die. This is one of the Todo brand dies. If you guys can see, it just says happy birthday. So according to this, since I'm doing a thin metal die, I need my plates A and B. So I'm gonna lay A down here. They're very staticky today. I'm gonna lay A down here. I'm gonna lay my die with the cutting side up. I have my piece of paper I'm gonna lay on top. I'm gonna put my B right over there. And I already have my setting on 6, which should be good. So I'm just gonna roll that over, and hopefully you guys can see. And I think we have quite a few of the Todo brand dies up on the site as well, so make sure you guys check those out. All right, so running this through. And you can see this is quite an intricate die. And it cut with
Ta-da!
ease. Look at that. Ta-da! Ta-do! Ta-do! Todo! So yeah, you can see, look how pretty that is. And that cut it through it just like butter. So super easy with that. And then I'll show you really quickly here the embossing. Do you want to see embossing, or do you want just to skip to letterpress? What should I do?
Let's ask Emily. What do they want to see?
Do you want to see emboss, or do we skip to the letterpress functionality of this
And
machine?
are there any comments so far on this?
Yeah, I have a question. You can use like the Todo dies like with other machines, and you can use other machines with the Todo machine, like they're all interchangeable?
Yes. The letterpress, that I don't know. It's the Todo brand letterpress that goes with this machine. So I don't know if you can use it. We might have to research that. I don't know if you can use it with your other die cutting machines.
I haven't even looked into it yet, so I can't answer that.
Yeah, I don't. We'll have to look into that one. I know you can use other dies with the Totem Machine. I just am not sure about their specific letterpress plates because they're thicker than a die, if that makes sense. So.
Well, it sounds like letterpress is what they want to see, so.
Okay, then we'll go.
Let's go to letterpress.
All right, so what does our little guide say for letterpress? Page 15.
Page 15. I'm like, sorry if
I'm
I
like,
screwed you
assistant,
up.
page 15.
Page 15.
All right, letterpress. So.
Put it right there for you.
So we'll do the letterpress without, well, actually we'll just do it with the stamp to make it easier. So I'm gonna need plates C and A. So did I find my C?
This is C. It
Oh, yes,
just
thank
kind
you.
of fell off.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just clear. So we have C and we have A. So we'll do C, our C here. And then we have our letterpress plate. I don't know if you guys can see this, but
Is that a horseshoe?
it's a horseshoe.
Cute.
It says good luck. So you can see it's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick plate here. So I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to grab a piece of paper since we're going to be inking. I'm going to place this behind my letterpress and then I'm going to ink it. So you just take your ink here and you ink up that plate. I'm going to try and do my best to get it.
Can you use any ink?
I think they recommend like an archival ink, just because it helps set quicker, I
Okay.
think, than the pigment inks. So I'm just going to, I always get nervous. I'm like, make sure it's all inked up. And then you're going to place your paper right on top. Place that right on top. And then we're going to take, what did I say, A. So we're going to do A on top here. And then let's see, the setting is between 6 and 8. So I'm going to, let me just move it up to 7. Lucky number 7, let's go with it. And then we're going to roll this over. And then since we're doing it with the ink, we're actually going to be debossing it. If we had done it without ink, you could go either way.
Okay.
But since the ink side obviously is going to be pressed into it, it'll have that kind of debossed look. So let's see what we've got here, folks.
You just need to go one time, not back. Just forward, not back.
I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh, cool.
Can you see that there's, I don't know if you guys can see on there, but it's been pressed into the paper.
Yeah, that is so cool.
And all you need is your ink. And I know we have a few linked, I don't know if they're linked below, but I don't think we had this specific one through the Todo, but we have other ones. But how fun is that? And that's just using the letterpress and the machine. No heat
That's so
required.
cool. That's the easiest letter pressing I've ever seen.
Right?
Not gonna lie.
I know we've tried other ones. You have to like, get out the roller
very
and the
messy.
brayer. And so there's that. And then this one, what else do we have on our list? We might have to come back to it because I have to wait for this to heat up. So it comes with an on switch. You turn it on. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a red light here. You have to wait for this to turn green. So
Are we doing foiling?
We could do, yeah, I think we should
Okay.
show the foiling, but it's going to take a few minutes for it to heat up. So we might have to just kill some time.
I think we are good at killing time.
Okay. So, anywho, what are you guys thinking so far of this machine? Do any of you own it? Do you need it now? What are your thoughts on the Todo Machine?
It sounds like they're really impressed with the letterpress. I haven't seen many other ways like that are much easier than that to really get that letterpress and get the debossed look. I think just running it through one time, like how much easier could that get? Definitely really, really easy. They all think it's really cool. They're dreaming of like, I already have so many machines. They're already dreaming of like the bigger houses that they need to build. So like, they're like, I can have a room for painting, and I can have a room for card making, and I can have a room
Here's
for
my letterpress
this.
room.
My letterpress
Yes.
room. The thing with this machine is that, I mean, it could possibly replace your other ones if you're looking for, you don't want to have, 5 different machines. Like I said, it does die cut. It does emboss, which obviously your other die cutting machines do, except this one ups the ante a bit because you can now letterpress with it and hot foil. So you make the call. You make the call. And what's great about this too is that you don't have to use specific dyes to like the Todo. You can use, I don't even know what brand this is. This is just a dye that I grabbed from our supply room. So you can use different dyes. And what will happen is where the dye would normally cut your paper, you put the foil over that, and that's going to be a foiled edge.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I know that they actually do make foiling dyes specific to the Todo, but you can also use other dyes.
Anyone that you have in
Yeah.
your stash.
So
we all hoard them and have them and
I know,
need
right?
to use them.
So I'm like, we're gonna wait. This might take a little bit, guys. I don't know. I'm nervous now that it might take like 10 minutes. I don't know.
So I think we can talk about what's going to be in the prize pack.
Let's go there then while we wait for this to heat up.
I think we're going to add a pack of the liquid metals, a pack of the new Caribbean Brights. Caribbean Brights.
Love it.
Colorburst. I think we should throw in a craft mat so that you can
You
start
need the
getting
craft-
messy.
you need the
right
craft mat
away.
for those, that's right.
And then of course the artwork that Ken did here. So it's going to be an awesome prize pack. Hopefully you've been interacting with Emily on the chat because she likes to choose people that have been really active and like we always joke around that like her hair and her makeup. So
Tell her
you
how
still have
pretty
some
she
time
is
to
schmooze.
butter Emily up because she's always yes.
Every day.
I love we cut to Emily and she's like, whatever do you mean? What do you mean?
So humble. So humble.
Yes.
Well, that sounds like an amazing prize pack, and I'm sure those that are watching are probably really excited. Are we going to pick someone before this broadcast is over, or how are we?
Yeah, so at the end, as soon as we finish the demo of this, we'll cut back to Emily. She'll have the winner, and then we'll tell you guys what we're up to the rest of the day because there might be some more chances to win some things. I know I kind of alluded to Facebook, so that might be somewhere that we head.
Because why not? All right,
We'll
this
see.
it's
Is it
probably
still going?
It's still going, but you know how I'm a crafter and I'm impatient, so this may not work. But out of just impatience, we'll see if it's somewhat warm enough to show you kind of.
Is this what's heating up?
Yeah, that little
Yeah.
metal plate, and this also
It doesn't feel
this
very hot at
also
all.
can be removed too.
Okay.
And I'm like, do I dare?
Don't hurt yourself. It is. It's red. We're
Yes,
waiting
it's
for
red.
it to turn green.
Yeah, you have to wait for it to turn. That's why I wanted to do this one last, because obviously once it heats up, it takes a while to cool down. So that's another thing that, if you do get this machine and you're, hot foiling all day, and they're like, oh, I want to die cut a card, you might
Wait
want to
for it
wait
to cool
because
down.
you'll melt your plates here. So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind too, is kind of the sequence of, what you're making and what you're doing. If you kind of have multiple projects you want to do the cool ones first, then do your hot foiling, so you're not waiting for your machine to die
Yeah.
down.
I do feel a little bit more heat coming off of it now, but it's still.
I know, I'm nervous to try it because I want you guys to see how cool this looks.
Yeah, let's stall some more.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to not work.
The littlest pancakes ever, yes. Like little tiny
Little tiny
miniature pancakes. Well, then I'm going to go back then. Has anyone used the Deco Foil then? Have any of you guys played with Deco Foil? Have you incorporated it into any of your projects?
Because you're going to use the Deco foil in this, right? Or is it specific foil?
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I actually asked Megan that question this morning. I did link the video that you already made that kind of shows a longer or more close-up version of all of the different things that the Todo Machine can do, so you guys can go check that out because it does show the embossing that we didn't go over. But I did ask Megan that this morning, did you use the Deco foil for this? Did you use the Heidi swap? And she actually recommended the Heidi swap foil worked a little bit better for her in this machine. So that is something really good to keep in mind if you're interested in this machine and checking it out. I think we have the Heidi swap foil, I think, is on our everyday section of the site. At least some of it might be. Let's see here. Some people are saying, I love the Deco foil. I bought some, still waiting to try. Someone asked Megan if you made your necklace.
I actually did not. And I'm like kind of embarrassed to say where I got it.
Where did you get it?
Forever 21, or in my case, Forever 34.
Too funny. She did make the necklace that we showed on our last broadcast, though. So if there's ever a broadcast that you guys miss, we do upload them on YouTube right after we go live, so that there is a replay of it that if you're wanting to go back and see what we did. But you did an awesome necklace, I think, on our last broadcast, and so you guys can check that out on YouTube.
Awesome.
Megan's still red.
Megan's bringing me my foil. Thank you. I'm going to take this guy here. Thank you. So yeah, I would recommend, I mean, I had success with the Heidi swap.
Did you try it with the Deco foil? And that's why you're recommending?
And it could have been one of those things to user error where maybe it just wasn't hot enough, because I think I started with the Deco foil and then the impression wasn't as dark. Or it could have been my settings too. Like I said, this is one thing where you kind of have to play with it to make sure you get it right, but all the pressures are different, so it's kind of finding that sweet spot, and once you do, it's like butter.
Yeah, maybe once it finally turns green, we can do it with both.
Yeah, we can see.
Since if they're already buying the Deco foil to go with the adhesive, let's see if we can see what we can do with that. But it's taking forever.
It's basically watching paint dry at this point, folks, so.
It is.
Like, I don't remember it being this long, but maybe it's, you want to make sure it's nice and hot for your dye. But I can show you in action since, we've got some time here. So you place your dye there, and then, like I said, it's heated up, you've done your project, and now you want to switch to another design. This little tool is super cool because it just, yoink, picks it up. And then this is silicone, so you're not going to burn your hands, and you just take it off, and you move it to the side. So they thought of everything with this machine, especially, with, that's feeling warm, especially with the hot kind of component of this machine. So you're not sitting there going, oh God, how do I get this off my machine? I have different things I want to foil. They have their special little tool that just takes it off, you put it to the side, grab your next dye, and you're good to go. So they thought of everything.
So while it's still heating up, I want to kind of, in case you weren't here in the beginning of the show, we talked about a couple of things that we have coming up. Monday is actually Leap Day, which means we have an extra day for crafting. We are launching the top 29 products in all of our different categories for the 29th day of February, so you're not going to want to miss that. And then Tuesday, we're going to have an extra long broadcast live with Blitsy showing a lot of those 29 products from the category. So it's going to be super fun. And like Emily said, we have that Instagram challenge that's going to be going on all month long for National Craft Month for March. And we're planning a planner meetup in April.
That's right,
if you're in the Chicago
meetup.
area. That's April 23rd. So we have a lot of really fun things going on here at Blitsy.
And if you guys were watching our sleepover, the live portion that we're going to be doing with the kind of 29th, or I'm sorry, in March, the little, what are we calling it? Just an all day, or what's the thing we're doing
for
the first?
The first?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
does it have a name? Are we calling it?
We don't really have a name for it yet. It's just basically another live with Blitsy, but it'll be a little bit more substance than our regular Tuesday, Thursday, because we'll have a lot more products to be
so
showing.
It'll be kind of like our sleepover where we're interacting,
so
and it's a little bit more lengthy.
Giveaways and that fun stuff.
Okay.
It turned green.
All right, we're green.
So.
All right, we're green. So you lay your dye down. You take your foil. I'm going to just quickly put a quick piece here to fit over it. Take your foil, and you want to make sure, whoops, let me see here.
This is the Heidi foil.
Yes, this is the Heidi foil in a really pretty color here. You're going to take your foil, and now I'm like drawing a blank. That I'm like, wait a minute. All these different things are different. So let me just reference my guide here. I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. The hot foil, okay. Flip the switch, place your foil. The foil needs color side towards the stamp. So this is different than what I showed you earlier. You want to make sure this is down like this.
Color down.
Color down. Then we're going to take our paper, and where did I put my paper? Then I'm going to lay that, whoops, right on top. And then this calls for plate A. And the setting needs to be set between 2 and 3. Did I just move that? So I'm going to set this down here.
Is the foil fully covering it still? It's
We may
that whole
have
static
to,
thing.
I know we may have to readjust it because we don't want to, there we go. Let's put that down there.
It's kind of sticking because of the heat too, so that,
Yeah, that kind of helps. And I'm going to maybe slide it like that. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go. See what's going to happen.
I'm excited. I
The
haven't seen this yet, so this is my first time.
Like, I'm
ever.
going to move this. Whoops. My little thing shifted here. Whoops. All right, let's see. I should probably use this to kind of take that off. Whoop. And then we're going to...
Oh, very
whoops,
cool.
Whoops. Whoops.
You were brave using an intricate die too.
I know, right? I don't know if you guys can see, but the outline of that, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that it's outlined in gold?
Very cool.
Do you see that? And then obviously I pulled this out, so if you...
Would you use this too?
You could use this. I don't want
Let
to
me
pull
see
too
that.
hard.
I'm gonna go around you this way. So I'm not
You
reaching
could
over
use
your
this.
belly.
Oops. You could use this to also add your projects, but you
Oh,
can see like
yeah, that is
the
so
outline
cool.
of that is now really pretty gold. And like I said, they have different dyes that work specifically with this, so your coverage will be better. But this is just a random dye I wanted to show you guys, so you can get that really pretty light kind of gold, or we always call it gold, metallic outline using your dye. So like I said, I don't know if you guys can see.
It's so small.
It's so
I'm
subtle.
sure it's hard to see on the camera.
But all around there is a really light gold accent. So
Super cool.
there you go.
Worth the wait.
And there's also a video too that you guys can check out that I did on it, kind of showing a little bit up close and personal. So
I think Emily is putting the link to that in the chat too. So.
All right.
All right, let's check in with Emily because the last thing we have is our giveaway. I'm sure everyone is dying to know who's the winner.
I know, everyone has been loving this giveaway. Everyone's been saying such nice things about me. Thank you all for that. At the beginning of the show, when Ken came on and he started making his artwork, Maggie B, she's here today, of course, and she was like, don't worry, everyone, like, he's making it for me. And I just kind of feel like I can't, like, not let that be true. So, Maggie B, you're going to be today's winner. Thanks for always joining us here. I know how much you love Ken and all of his products, and hopefully you will be able to start having fun soon with them with a couple new ones.
Very fun. I was actually going to tell Ken that his biggest fan was probably going to be here today, so I'm glad to hear that Maggie's here. Congratulations, Maggie. If you didn't win, don't worry, because we are going to be live on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/blitsycrafts, we're going to set up here in a few minutes after we're kind of clean up our mess from here and go live with another demo of the Colorburst and liquid metals, and we'll be giving away the artwork from that one as well. So go to Facebook, make sure you're following Blitsy, and it'll be just like a regular post on our page, except we'll be live just like this on Facebook. So it's really cool. We hope to see you guys there and have an awesome day.
See you guys.
See you soon.